Apple just announced a whole bunch of products, 2 new iPhones, a mobile payment service, and of course, that long-awaited smartwatch. Alex, yes or no on Apple? Good, bad, otherwise, how'd it go?
I think it went really well. I mean, the iPhones were fairly incremental upgrades.
That's
but
right.
Other than that, I think we saw 2 new really interesting things, a service and a product that I'm pretty excited about.
It's kind of fascinating. This is the first announcement in which I feel like the iPhone was the lowest build, right?
Yeah, it almost felt like, you know how they do the iPhone number and the iPhone number letter.
Right.
This felt like more of a number letter situation where it was just sort of that incremental year-long, you know, here's a new iPhone kind of, but not really.
So let's talk about this mobile payments thing. It's crazy. Apple just had this iCloud security breach. The celebrity photos were leaked, all that kind of stuff. Trust is an issue for them. Are we going to trust them with our mobile payments, our financial data?
It's a really good question. They were trying to say, hey, trust us, we're secure, we're not even going to look at, you know, what you're buying, what you're purchasing, where you're buying things. But at the same time, you look at this hack just a week and a half ago, and you have to ask that question, do I trust Apple with this data or not?
And hopefully they're trying to make you not think about that, right? So the thing that Tim Cook and the rest of his crew emphasized about this one was that, you know, it's just boom and it's done. It's probably the simplest kind of implementation of a mobile payment.
Right.
And that's probably been the issue with this.
Yeah, I mean, they've been clunky, they've been hard to use, but I think it's a very natural expansion of what Passbook already is. You know, it's a pretty neat service if you use anything that it works with, but it needs to be expanded to really be any better than it is.
And one other thing that this works with, of course, is their new watch, the Apple Watch. It's the big product of this announcement. It's Tim Cook's kind of his baby, wouldn't you say?
Right. It's you know, the first new category they're in under Tim Cook's reign.
Yeah.
First new category since the iPad in 2011, and it's a huge deal. You know, this is really the marker that this is Tim Cook's Apple now.
Yeah, and I think it definitely sends that message to investors. The question is, does it send a message that this is a good business to be in, right? We know that wearables are going to be growing. We know that they're important to work with phones, and the watch does that with the iPhone, but you know, they're not very profitable. At least we don't think they are.
They're not. I think, though, that Apple, if anybody, can crack the smartwatch nut. I think the other companies that we've seen, they're interesting products, but everybody's sort of been waiting to see what Apple is going to do in this category.
Yeah.
It's tough as a consumer to decide, okay, I'm going to go buy a Samsung smartwatch, if you know that Apple's probably going to do something, but you don't know what it is yet.
Right.
So it's just kind of like, well, should I save my money and see what this next entry in the category is going to be?
And speaking of saving money, the new Apple Watch is $349. It starts there. We don't know where it ends.
Right.
Would you spend hundreds and hundreds of dollars on a watch that can't work without your phone?
Yeah, I probably wouldn't. I'm interested in that $350 model, but I'm sure there are people who like high-end watches, luxury watches, who would be willing to spend that money.
So what do you think? Thumbs up, thumbs down?
I give the whole thing a thumbs up.
Fair enough.
All right.
For one show you can always watch, come to Fortune.com for more tech debate.